can I ask you about a current issue among your colleagues here? And that has to do with stock trading for members of Congress. Josh Hawley, Republican, supports the idea to ban it. And we just heard from Senator Tuberville of Alabama that he's not okay with that approach. Where do you stand on the matter?
Well, a couple things. One, I've got a chance to read Mr. Hawley's bill, and I think there's a similar bill in the House. I think the bill needs to be amended, and the reason why is that you have a lot of members on the Hill, myself included, who do not personally trade securities. We do have brokers who have trading authority, and I think this is important for the American people to understand. I'm gonna talk personally. I have a trading account. It's my IRA. I have stocks in that portfolio. There are individual securities. My broker has trading authority. I could call in and make trades, but I do not do that. And if you check the notes of my broker, they would tell you he does not call in and initiate trades. As somebody who was in the industry, that's how we talk about it in the financial world, initiating the trade. So I think there has to be a blanket ban on members and their spouses or independent children initiating trades. But if you have a broker who has trading authority and they trade on your behalf, I think that's perfectly fine. If you want to do the blind trusting, okay, but my question is who's going to pay for it? If you're going to make a member sell their securities like myself, am I not responsible for paying the taxes on that? I think that's the piece that Mr. Tuberville was talking about. Not every member of Congress is rich. Like, I'm not rich. And if you do this job right, you actually lose money in the whole deal.
But there are,
and so,
really quickly,
yeah.
there are those that are very wealthy, and you can point to where the money is made. I'm curious, in your opinion, do you believe that there is or was insider trading happening with members of Congress?
Oh, yeah, I do. I think Nancy Pelosi obviously is the one everybody likes to talk about. There are others. And that's why I'm saying if you want to take the Hawley bill as a starting point, that's fine. I think for members like myself who have brokers, where the brokers have express trading authority and they trade on behalf of a member of Congress, I think that's fine because you don't have the member giving information to the broker. And that's the key thing. So I think that piece is fine. That should be allowed. Everything else is fine. If you want to raise the penalties, raise the penalties. I'm all for that because members should not be initiating trades, period. I don't initiate trades. I don't think members should. And I think there has to be a very clear penalty structure around that. And I would also add, and again, I spent 5.5 years in the investments industry. So I'm telling you from personal knowledge, every broker that writes a trade, they have to write notes based upon how that trade is executed, whether the broker provides the information or whether the client provides the information. I think for members of Congress, the notes from their brokers should be given, quite frankly, to the Ethics Committee to hold in the event that there has to be some formal investigation. So I think there's ways to do this, but as a member of Congress to take away, frankly, their constitutional rights to own assets, I don't think that's the end all be all of how this should be done. I get it. Nobody wants Pelosi or anybody else making millions of dollars on insider information. That is wrong. That should be blocked. But members of Congress also should not have the ability to own assets taken away from them simply because Nancy Pelosi and others have just a very low ethical standard.
Yeah. All right. Some nuance to it, clearly. So we'll keep track of what ultimately happens with that one.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.